Friday is our What Matters Most segment with life coach Dieter Powells. Well, you're not good enough. You'll never get it right. It will never work. Those are the few of the things, yes, but aside from that, those are the few of the things that we say to ourselves, our so-called inner voices, right?
We all have these inner voices talk to us all the time, and the way we talk to ourselves, Christine, has a direct impact on how we feel about ourselves, has a direct impact on the things we do in life, the things we say, and so forth. So it's important to start becoming aware of the voices that are in our minds all the time.
Well, don't some people have positive voices in there saying, you know, you're great, you did this wonderfully, or is it mostly negative?
80% I would say is negative voices, like, you know, I'm not good enough, and, you know, nobody likes me, I never get a break.
Universal things.
Yes, we tend to use negative talk, we tend to use generalizations like, oh, this always happens to me, you know, or we make assumptions about what other people are thinking about us, where the truth is that most of the time these people are not thinking about you in the first place.
At all.
Not at all. And if you really want to know, just go ask them, right?
Right.
And sometimes we label ourselves, like I'm stupid, or I'm this, or I'm that, and then we put ourselves in a box. So we need to get out of the box. In order to do that, we need to start listening to these voices and understanding the message that they want to convey to us.
And what do they want to convey to us? Stay where you are, stay comfortable, don't take a risk. You can't do that.
They are very.
And you want to listen. You listen to that a lot of times, right?
They are very skilled in pointing out your insecurities, you know, your weaknesses. They tend to focus on, you know, the things we shouldn't be doing, and, you know, and so forth. What I think is interesting is the moment you personify them, which I like to do, give them a name. Like I have
That's kind of creepy.
I have a little voice called Peter Perfect, and he's with me on the show every Friday. And when I drive back to the office, he tells me all the things I should have said, the things I shouldn't have done. So instead of taking his verbal abuse, what I do is I have a conversation with him, and I say, "What do you really want?" Because ultimately, I know he wants me to get better, to improve myself, and so forth. So I think the underlying message from these voices is positive.
Now, do you say that out loud to yourself, Dieter, in the car, or you just do it in your voice, in your head still? The voice talking to the voice?
If I'm on my own, I tend to talk back to him. Yeah.
I like the part you said about, you know, you do end up having conversations in your mind about what someone thinks or what someone's doing, and it is kind of sort of magical thinking that doesn't really exist, that you have set up this whole scenario in your mind, that this is what it is, and often it's not bad at all, right?
Sometimes it's positive. But if it's negative, you want to recognize these voices. And I don't really care where they come from. Some people say, oh, it's your mom talking, your dad talking. It is what it is. Recognize them, invite them into your lives, because they're going to be with you, I promise, all the time. So why don't become friends with them instead of having them verbally abusive all the time?
Okay. Well, finally, how do you name some of the things that you talked about, like how to attack this issue with yourself about your inner voice?
How to attack it?
Yeah, like what are some of the things that you can actually do?
Well, become aware of them.
Right.
See where they show up. Sometimes they really show up in relationships or in your career. Look for the context in where they show up, and then really ask that voice, what is it that you want from me? What do you want from me that's positive?
And being aware is really important, because maybe it's been going on so long that you're not even aware of the fact that you're bringing yourself down by your inner dialogue.
Sometimes when you're aware of it, it takes the impact away from these voices. Because normally we're oblivious to these voices. They are so part of our thinking all the time. So suddenly we stop and think and say, hey, somebody's talking.
Right.
And me. Right.
And there's a voice in my ear right now, but it's not my voice.
Yeah.
It's our producer, Becky.
And she's telling that.
Wrap it up.
We wrap it up. All right.
All right, we'll see you next Friday.
Wonderful.
All right, we meet with Dieter every Friday, and you can learn more about him on our website at kplar11.com. And in fact, we have some breaking news right now out of Florida. A gunman is on the loose in